Hey guys, my name is Rowan and welcome back to MTG Bark Breaks. We are going to be opening up a box of Foundation Play Boosters today. Pretty fun set, gets plenty of reprints, periodically, which is good, keeps the values down, but there are some pretty decent bangers and staples within this set, so that does help. So we're going to go ahead and crack this thing open today. Okay, let's go ahead and switch this up. Okay, so as you can see off on our right side, we do have all of our main hits over there. We're going to go ahead and crack right into this. I want to say this is one of the, it's the 36 booster pack, so this might be a little bit longer, but that's okay. Definitely a fun set to open, and, it's going to stay in rotation for quite a while, so that's always good. But we will have to see how things pan out for when we get an opportunity to open some collector packs for this set. That's where really a lot of the hype kind of came in. I definitely feel like I missed an opportunity with this set. I was like, hey, this feels like a core set. It's probably not going to be really substantially good. Before a lot of the spoilers came out, I missed out on some really strong opportunities to get in on collector boxes that would have been much more affordable, like obscenely affordable in comparison to where they stand today. So I'm at least happy to open up some plays. I do have some Omegas that I managed to pick up from Micro Center when they were kind of dumping what they had left, but I did not pick up any actual collector boxes, so I will not have a lot of that product. They'll probably just be sold by the booster whenever we do get the store going. But yeah, that's okay though. I am excited to go ahead and open these, and we'll see what these all look like. Okay, let's get started here. So these are American printed, which means that the quality may not be quite as good, but that's okay. We'll take a look and see what we got here. Okay, so this is my first time opening this. First packs, we'll go ahead and take a pretty good look at the commons and uncommons, but I will say this set does have a lot to offer in the uncommon slot, with at least two commons that do have some value. The Heir Apparent, which is this set's basically unlimited number of cards in the deck cards, so that one's always usually going to carry some value, along with the Orb of Dragonkind, which does carry just above $1. There's a few in the uncommon slot: the Bolt Wave, the Offer You Can't Refuse, and that, as well as the Borderless Treatment. Swift Foot Boots, same thing, borderless and standard treatments, and then Bolt Bend. So we'll keep an eye out for those, but after the first few packs, we probably will skip on most of the commons and uncommons. Okay, Bite Down, Refute, Make Your Move, Crackling Cyclops, Vampire Soulcaller, Soul Shackled Zombie, Treetop Snare Spinner, Ruby Daring Tracker, Burnished Heart, Quake Strider Ceratops, and a Ashroot Animist, along with a Mythic Planeswalker, a Johnny Caller of the Pride, nice, along with a Beastkin Ranger, Swamp, and Art Card. Cool start. Let's see where things go from here. Hope you guys are having a great week. I will be traveling this week, so I may not be as active on comments, but I will do my best. I'm also recording this video quite a bit in advance of the Thursday and Friday video drops, as well as the fact that I will be recording this before we can go ahead and open up or announce our giveaway winners for this week. Dauntless Veteran, Dragon Trainer, Seeker's Folly, Overrun, and Consuming Aberration with a Brazen Scourge and Rugged Highlands and a Dragon Token. Just a reminder though, for the giveaway, we are going to be doing the 2 Commander Masters packs. There won't be any card giveaway from the last set, just because that was a Patreon opening. So we will not be doing a card giveaway. Instead, we're just giving away the boosters. The same rules apply. Rule of 3, so you pick 3 cards from the booster that you want, and I will send those free of charge. If you want more, I can still do it if you take care of the shipping cost. Ambush Wolf, Icewind Elemental, Sanguine Siphoner, Heditsugu's Second Right. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hero's Downfall. Cinquent Sky Mage. Galta Primal Hunger. That's usually a hit. That's usually a solid card. Yep, the Galta dropped in value quite a bit. It looks like it's down to around $1 in this set. Very playable card, though. So that's always nice. Cat Collector. Nice. Not truly a cat, but a good cat generator. So that's a solid card for, you know, the cat dog deck that I'd like to put together. Scion of the Deep. Okay. Pack 3. Got Vanishing Light, Axe Guard Cavalry, Bake into a Pie, Broken Wings, Strix Lookout, Armasaur Guide, Fanatical Firebrand, Divine Resilience, Imprisoned in the Moon, Abrade, always a good card, Needletooth Pack, been doing a bad job of that, and Banner of Kinship, that's usually good. Thought that one, yeah, Banner of Kinship, that's a $8 pull, that's nice. Oh, wait, no, $7, not bad. Cool. And Involuntary Employment with a very nice full art foil island and a rabbit token. Cool. Let's continue. Can't remember what I picked up this foundation box at. I'll have included it at the beginning of the video in regards to some of the pricings that I've been able to get some of these boxes at. Ooh, Evolving Wilds, Gleaming Barrier, Bolt Wave. So that one is solid. That one I believe has at least over $1. Fishing Pole, Elvish Regrower, Swift Foot Boots, and full art in a borderless treatment. So that's got some value. That's nice. Ooh, Bloodthirsty Conqueror, full art. That's solid. I'm gonna get a sleeve for that one right off the bat. So that is like legit the top pull from this set. Bloodthirsty Conqueror, borderless treatment, 44.52. Can't get much better than that. That is an awesome pull. We will be very happy about that. This pack was very good. I think there was 3 cards over $1. Very nice pack. That will definitely help us to get to our bottom line. And we are only a few packs in. That is awesome. Let's keep this gravy train rolling. Sarah Angel, Secluded Courtyard, Fiery Annihilation, Joust Through, Mossborn Hydra, very nice. Not sure, yeah, nice. That's a $12 hit. So far, so good. This is shown to be a pretty solid box. Nice. Let's keep it rolling. So hope you guys are having a good week. Nice. Very nice cat token. This is a solid set for the cat dog thing I like to try get going on. Cat Beast, see, right there. Thrill Possibility, Hungry Ghoul, Dwin's Elite, Elementalist Adapt, Pilfer, Witness Protection, Seismic Rupture, Aetherize, Egyptian, Empyrean Eagle, Coma World Eater. Nice. I thought that carried some more value. Maybe it's dropped since it released. But I thought that one was up there. I'm obviously wrong, which is cool. I'm fine to be wrong. But yeah, I'll look into that one later. Nice. Oh. Foil Rare. Rune-Scarred Demon. Nice. Along with a Plains and Spirit. maybe we'll get lucky and get the Twin Flame Tyrant and the Doubling Season from this box, along with the Sire of 7 Deaths. Like, if we can get those 4, that's like basically all 5 top hits. We already got 2 of the top 5. Well, 2 of the top... Yeah, 2 of the top 5. It's not bad. Incinerating Blast, Stab, Beastkin Ranger, Mocking Sprite, beautiful Helpful Hunter. That's really cute. I love that. Campus Guide, Heir Apparent, Pull, nice. Essence Scatter, Perforating Artist, Vampire Nighthawk, Claws Out. Okay, Solemn Simulacrum, decent. Armorsword Guide, Foil Swamp, Art Card. That's a tongue twister. Obviously, that's crazy. I probably will cut out some of that, but I probably tried to attempt saying that properly at least 6 or 7 times. Luminous Rebuke, Gorehound Raider, Gutless Plunderer, Giant Growth. Interesting how they put that where the writing is all centered like that, while the rest of them don't do that. Erudite Wizard, Wary Thespian, Involuntary Employment, Cephalid Ink Mage, Neeson Hornbeetle, Stroke of Midnight, Inspiration from Beyond, and beautiful 9 Lives Familiar. Lovely cats. I thought that one had at least a little bit of value on release, but maybe that one's also dropped. It seems like there's been a lot of losses on some of these as time has gone on, which is cool, but nifty. Elementalist, Adept, Full Art Forest, Goblin. These ones don't feel too bad for a US made product. Maybe this is one of the better factories. Okay, let's try and move through this a little bit faster here. Mischievous Mythic, Divine Resilience, High Society Hunter, Affectionate Indrik, Winsguard Crag, and Signed Art Card. Nice. Dazzling Angel, Sour of Chaos, Burglar Rats, Apothecary Stomper, Big Fin Bouncer, Soul Shackled Zombie, Goldvein Pick, Billowing Shriekmass, Frenzied Goblin, Balmor, Battle Mage Captain, and a Loot Exuberant Explorer. Very cool. I think Loot is somewhere on this list. I don't think it's a huge value. A few bucks. Take what I can get. Sphinx of Forgotten Lore. Again, I've heard of that one, but I don't think it is one of the heavier hits. It is a mythic Sphinx, though, so that's always cool. Lightshell Duo, Swamp, and a Vein Reed emblem. It's been a bit of an interesting week. I've had the week off for spring break with my son. Just been hanging out and relaxing, and then we're going to be traveling soon, so my mind's been on a few other things. I am very excited for the recent growth in the channel. Welcome to everyone who has recently joined Battlesong Berserker, Inspiring Call, Imprisoned in the Moon, Empyrean Eagle, and a Kiora the Rising Tide, along with a foil Valkyrie's Call, and Bloodfell Caves, and Art Card. It's truly awesome to see the channel grow. I know it's going to be slow, and that's totally fine. I've already created the account. I will be starting and putting some categories and kind of fleshing out the Patreon relatively soon. So I'm hoping with the growth that has been going on recently that we'll be able to get that rolling pretty soon. But we will see how things go. Diregraph Ghoul, Heraldic Banner, that one's got a little bit of value. Spectral Sailor. Swiftblade Vindicator. And a Treetop Snare Spinner with a Island and Goblin. I will say, I think one of the next things that I'd like to try and do and announce is going to be some special giveaways that we can do when we hit certain milestones when it comes to certain number of subscribers and things like that. Things for people to look forward to. You know, probably throw some maybe even a collector booster giveaway where I can basically just have like 1 of 3 collector boosters as a substitute when we get to certain milestones. I was kind of thinking if I can get to 150 before the end of the month, I think that I might do that. But we'll go ahead and see how things go. Heartfire Immolator. Micromancer, Mild-Mannered Librarian, Reassembling Skeleton, and Giada, Font of Hope. I do love this card. It's a great card. I know that it's not got a lot of value, but super fun for an Angel Commander. Quick Draw Katana, Foil Island, very nice, and a food token. Yeah, I did used to have a Giada commander deck since dissolved, but still a really fun commander deck to play. Okay, Sour of Chaos, Burglar Rats, Lorwyn Elves, Strix Lookout, Vanishing Lights, Goblin Borders, Icewind Elemental, Swiftboot Boots hit, Heroic Reinforcements, Woke Up, Tiny Bones, Bauble Burglar. Nice. Along with a Vivian Reed Planeswalker. Nice. And foil Fake Your Own Death with a Blossoming Sands and Spirit. Cool. After doing the collector box for EOE, I'm super excited to open up some more collector packs. That was a lot of fun. I feel like there's some fun hits, and Foundations has done well for itself, all things considered, but nothing compares to collector box openings. An Offer You Can't Refuse, hit, nice. Kellen Planner Trailblazer, usually the Kellens aren't worth much. Foil Heraldic Banner, though, that's a solid pull. With a Forest and Art card. About halfway through-ish, somewhere around there. Youthful Valkyrie, Skyship Buccaneer, Gurik's Uprising, Raise the Past, Borderless. That's cool. Not much in value, about $1, but still a cool pull. Nice art. Foil Burglar Rats, Full Art Mountain, and a Australian token. Down Under. Are there any special guests in this set? I'm not sure. I feel like there are, but I'm not 100% on that. Ambush Wolf, Think Twice, First Lightning, Overrun, Juggernauts, nice, classic, Dragon Trainer, Atari Primal Storm, killed by reprints, but nice, Cure the Rising Tide Borderless, that's cool, and Felidar Savior, foil, with a Foil Mountain and a Drake. The borderless treatments are really nicely done in this set. Like, they're really nice art. Honestly, all the art in this set is nice. It's very reminiscent of classic Magic, which is nice. You know, there's a reason why this set was successful despite the fact that it was a core set. Heir Apparent, Cat Collector, Dreadwing Scavenger, Brazen Scourge, Rune Sealed Wall, Sear Slicer Goblin with an Exemplar of Light in foil. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this set did well for itself, for sure. I think, you know, the art had to have played a role. It was really well done. You know, obviously there was some pretty nice treatments in the collector packs. That Fractured Foil, you know, really any of the major hits in Fractured Foil, along with that Lorwyn Elves, which would be an awesome pull from any collector pack, but, you know. Cackling Brawler, Our Way Together, Builder Savior, Thrill of Possibilities, Hungry Ghoul, Twins Elites, Warrior Thespian, Pilfer, Brian-born Cutthroat, Slumbering Cerebus, a Johnny's Pridemates, and a Crystal Barricade. Very cool. With a Battlesong Berserker in foil, Dismal Backwater, and signed art card. I need some feedback as to what to open next. You know, if anyone's watching, tell me, you know, what do people want to see opened? I was thinking Duskworn next after this, but I'm open to suggestions if there's anything that anyone wants to specifically see. Seeker's Folly, Elvish Regrower, Bolt Wave, hit, nice. Fishing Pole, and Genesis Wave, along with a Dwin's Elite in foil, Mountain, and Cat. Vampire Gourmand, Goblin Negotiation, Juggernaut, and a Soulstone Sanctuary. Nice. With the Herald of Eternal Dawn, Flash Flying Angel 6/6 for 7. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. With a flash ability, that's always nice. Cost is quite high. Putting a worship on a creature. I mean, if that's what it seemed like, they basically just put some staple enchantments on creatures in this set. You know, the Bloodthirsty Conqueror did that. The Angel that we just pulled did that. So, you know, it seems like that's some of the things that they did. It was kind of interesting. It reminds me a lot of what they're going to do with Strixhaven now, by throwing all these spells onto the Strixhaven cards that are classic and extremely powerful spells. Tragic Banshee, Twinblade Blessing, Dwin Gilt Leaf Dean, Zombify, Blasphemous Edict, nice. Empyrean Eagle, Foil Thornwood Fall, and Food. Erudite Wizard, Dazzling Angel, Sour of Chaos, Burglar Rat, Apothecary Stomper, Big Fin Bouncer, Gold Vein Pick, Mischievous Mythic, Resolute Reinforcements, Inspiring Call, Battlesong Berserker, Scavenging Ooze, with a Crackling Cyclops foil, and Full Art Island, and Elf Warrior. A Dazzling Angel with a Firebrand Archer, Crypt Feaster, Apothecary Stomper, Big Fin Bouncer, Fleeting Flights, Prideful Parent. That's nice. I like that cat. Arbiter of Woe, Eager Truffle Snout, Fey Bloom Trick, Rogue's Passage, Extravagant Replication with a foil Mossborn Hydra. Nice hits. That's a pretty good premium on that, too. That brings it up to around 18 bucks. That's solid. With a foil Plains and art card. Nice hit. One stack left. Vampire Gourmand, Rune Sealed Wall, Goblin Negotiation, Dauntless Veteran, Alicia, who laughs at fate, Essence Scatterer in foil, with a Blood-Filled Caves and Dragon token. Felt like a small pack. I think I just kind of sailed through it. Feel free to shout out some suggestions for milestones and rewards that I can potentially do. I'm more than happy to make some fun things go on. You know, I think that's part of the fun of this. You know, it's not just about the pack openings. I want to give back to you guys and, you know, reward you guys for showing up and, you know, watching. You know, another thing I'm thinking of, you know, is just have a random keyword code where, like, if you say it in the chat, you know, the first person to say it maybe gets a bonus, just to encourage some views. Vampire Nighthawk, Joust Through, Essence Scatterer, Exemplar of Light, with a Seismic Rupture in foil, Full Art Plains, and a Kato Cunning Infiltrator. Gotta love these 36 booster sets. Much better ratios. Sire of Chaos. I mean, we've done pretty well, but I feel like we are probably going to be saved by a few hits. But having that extra in the form of those extra boosters, that's probably going to make the difference. Heartfire Immolator. Scrawling Crawler, that's a solid card. Yeah, that's around $7. Nice. Tolarian Terror in foil with a Swiftwater Cliffs and Human token. One of 54. That's pretty cool. Lightshell Duo, Cathar Commando, Courageous Goblin, Vampire Soulcaller, Ambush Wolf, Think Twice, Armasaur Guide. Ooh, that's a special guest. Nice. Sphinx Tutelage, special guest. Let's see if we can find that. About $6. Not too bad. Take what I can get. That's pretty cool. With a Perforating Artist. That's interesting. It was in an uncommon slot. A Billowing Shriekmass, Frenzied Goblin, and an Omniscience. Okay. Not bad. Another $5 to $6 card. Very cool. That's a nice pack. Healer's Hawk in foil with a Forest and the Cat Collector. I might keep that one. That's kind of cool. Goblin Borders, Bake into a Pie, Broken Wings, Uncharted Voyage, Vanguard Seraph, Evolving Wilds, Fanatical Firebrand, Infernal Vessel, Wildwood Scourge, Spectral Sailor, Slag Storm, with a full art Blasphemous Edict, and a full art foil Abyssal Harvester. That is cool. The Blasphemous Edict full art, I'm not sure if that one's going to carry much, but let's take a look here. So the Blasphemous Edict in the borderless treatment comes in at about $6 to $7. The Abyssal Harvester is not nearly as impressive, around $2 in the foil, but that's a pretty cool pull from a play pack. I didn't think there was much chance of a foil borderless. Windsguard Crag, and food token. Nice. Very cool. Got maybe 6 or 7 left, somewhere around there. I do think we probably hit our box's value by now. But let's see if we can hit some more of these high-end pulls. I think it really helps that there's some solid common and uncommon representation in this set. Grappling Kraken, Claws Out, Balmor, Battle Mage Captain, Ravenous Amulet, and a Abyssal Harvester. With a foil, Resolute Reinforcements, Jungle, and art card. Okay, no more Abyssal Harvesters. I don't think those were going to get me very far. X-Guard, Cavalry, Station Sage. Let's see here. Strongbox Raider, Stormkirk Blood Thief. An offer you can't refuse. Hit. Alendra, Saint of Dusk. Don't think that one's going to carry much. Icewind Elemental in foil with a Scoured Barrens and Zombie. Shivan Dragon, classic. That's the first one we pulled of that. Guarded Air. Heraldic Banner, that's like the third of those. Painful Quandary with a Squad Rallier in foil and Full Art Mountain. Very nice art card. What is that? That's the Genesis Wave. That's really cool art. I like that. What do you guys think? Do you think sometimes that the art makes the set, or is it more the flavor? Let's just think in-universe. Like, not going out, you know, Universes Beyond, I feel like that kind of ruins that question. But if you had an in-universe set, what would be more important to you? Good art or good flavor? Helpful Hunter. Heir Apparent, hit. Ravage of the Rats, Blanchwood Armor. I used to think that one, back when it was first printed, was the shit. That was such a good card. Self-Reflection. Curator of Destinies, another Sphinx. Ah, Twin Flame Tyrant hits. That is $27. Nice. I was really hoping that we pull one of those. Those are awesome. Wardens of the Cycle in foil with a Plains. And a rat token. Awesome. Okay, now I can say with utmost confidence, we definitely hit our box's value. My suspicion is we hit it and then some. I think even those last, these last 8 packs have carried some decent value. So that's pretty cool. Got 2 more remaining with this one included. Luminous Rebuke, Gorehorn Raider, Hungry Ghoul, Giant Growth, Erudite Wizard, Dazzling Angel, Quick Draw Katana, Cat Collector, Dread Wing Scavenger, Brazen Scourge, Think Twice in full art. That's actually really cool. I like that art. 1000 Year Storm with a Hungry Ghoul in foil, Jungle Hollow, and Fairy. Cool art on the Think Twice. I don't think there was much else in that, but I did like the Think Twice again. That borderless art is so nice in this set. Honestly, I think that between that and the solid high-end cards in this set, that's probably why this set has been so successful. We're missing our doubling season and the Sire of 7 Deaths. If we can pull those, or one, I mean, we've only got one more pack left. If we can pull one of those, this would be a very successful box. Felling Blow, Savannah Lions, Wardens of the Cycle, Midnight Snack, and Runescarred Demon with a foil Banishing Light and a Full Art Island. And, ooh, beautiful cat. 9 lives familiar. That must be the borderless treatment. That is cool. I like that. Nice way to end it. Very cool box. We're going to do some calculations and see what we got. Hey guys, we've crunched the numbers, and I have to say, this set is pretty good. Pretty fire. I'm not sure if it's the box or the set, but if all the boxes are like this, you better believe I'm going to buy more boxes of this. This is pretty awesome. And it was a really fun pull, too. You know, like lots of really interesting and pretty valuable cards. The commons and uncommon slots also didn't disappoint. So, you know, for a core set, pretty nice. And I'm pretty happy with that. I know that, you know, when I first saw it being advertised, I was really worried that it might be another Core 2021, but, you know, this is definitely not that. To start things off, our Banner of Kinship is sitting around the $6.34 mark. The really nice Blasphemous Edict Borderless is sitting around the $6.85 mark. Scrawling Crawler, very playable commander card, sitting around $7.50. Then we start going into our above $10 cards, starting with our 2 Mossborn Hydras, one in foil, one in non-foil, but both above $10. The non-foil sitting around $12.19, the foil around $17.48. So pretty nice premium, all things considered, given that it's really just a foiling. A lot of the time you don't see that anymore, so that was kind of interesting. Then we get to the Twin Flame Tyrant. Jumps all the way up to $27.14. That is a very nice pull. And then the Coup de Grace, the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, borderless. Honestly, I don't think I was expecting to pull that. I was hoping for a standard, but getting a borderless from a play pack, that's solid. We're sitting around $44.52 on that card. Really nice top hits. I think we only missed out on 2 of the top cards, and you know, even without those 2, like, this was probably a top tier box. We also had a lot of support from the Heir Apparent, which landed us another $2.65 with 3 different appearances. We also have 2 different versions of Swiftfoot Boots around $2 each. One in borderless and one in standard, and then 2 different an offer you can't refuse, both at $2 a piece, and 2 different bolt waves at about $1.50 a piece approximately. So, you know, overall you got a little bit of extra value there in that uncommon and common slot, which is really nice. Definitely helps the value of this box out quite a bit. So all in all, when you're looking at this box, very nice representation of the set. We ended up with about $180 of cards that were simply above $1, and then an additional $94 in additional cards below $1. Total value, again, with a grain of salt, sitting around $274, well above the purchase price of this box. So definitely a strong win. Definitely a box that I would look forward to opening again. Whether or not we will do that anytime soon, you know, is remain to be seen. But we will see. We do have some more of those boxes, so you know, it does get periodically reprinted, but all of the cards are extremely playable. So even with the reprints, I don't see the values going down too much, especially now that the collector boxes have dried up. You know, all those borderless treatments. They're going to hold a lot of value, even without it being foiled. Like, they're going to hold some value, so really nice. We are going to go ahead and pass this on to Future Rowan, who's going to be taking care of the giveaway, and he will go ahead and get that taken care of. You know, take it away, Future Rowan. Hey guys, Future Rowan here, and we're going to go ahead and get this pack break going. I apologize for the setup. Unfortunately, I'm traveling right now, so the best that I could do with the things that I have. We're going to go ahead and start with the winner. Take a look and see who wins. The winner is Death Sheep 22. Congratulations. And let's go ahead and see what you won here. Again, best odds we've had at a Commander Masters pack, 2 out of 3. Whatever doesn't get pulled right now will get cycled back in. It looks like we did get a Commander Masters pack. and it is number 1, which means it is this one over here. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Best of luck, Death Sheep 22. Let's see what we got in here. That's a good sign. Let's see. Oh, look the wrong way. Okay. Foil, Supernatural Stamina. Chromatic Lantern, nice. With a Sylvalia, Death of the Wilds, and Nazami, Lady of Scrolls, triple rare pack. And then Aurorix Bloodwing, Theodora, Grave Gardener, Corpse Augur, Factor Fiction, Nadir's Nightblade, Serrated Scorpion, Ministrant of Obligation, Demon's Discipline, and nope, sorry, Demon's Disciple, Staunch Throne Guard, and a nice borderless Faithless Looting with a Retro Swamp and the Sliver Grave Mother art card. Follow the instructions on the community page for the terms to help let us know where I need to send everything. Congratulations again. I hope you guys can join us for next week. We will have the second Commander Masters booster entered in, and then we will be pulling one booster from the box that we opened for next week. The Lorwyn Eclipse will also be in there. Next week we're going to go back to routines. All the cards that were opened in this box opening will be entered, so you will have a chance at that Bloodthirsty Conqueror, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get someone a big hit. Thank you again for joining. We will go ahead and see you guys next week.